Virgo, thank you for tuning into your reading. I'm so stoked. I have a new set of cards. Herbal astrology with your intention. Ginkgo breakthrough. So Virgo, South Node going through your sign. I could see you all wanting a breakthrough. We have Mars and Uranus on that card featured. Your ninth house of beliefs is getting that final upgrade. You guys have been upgrading your operating software. We got Kava Kava for community, and what's been holding you back. So Pluto moving through Aquarius and the moon, new moon in Scorpio. And at the end of the week, the moon will be in Aries. That's your eighth house. It feels like maybe there has been a breakthrough in community, maybe who you have access to, who you allow to love you, how you allow for yourself to be accepted. We have lemon balm nurture. Sometimes we have to accept ourselves first. There was a card I pulled. I forget who I was reading for, but it said that the oftentimes where we have felt disappointed, we've been holding back a big truth of ours. Virgo, you might have been dealing with a Libra or Leo. And we have, ooh, as the outcome, Pau de Arco metamorphosis, shedding the skin, looks like some sacred yoni ritual. Maybe some people are ovulating. We have the moon and Pluto. So the moon does cross over the sign of Pluto in Aquarius this weekend, this upcoming week, as it will be Thanksgiving in the United States. Happy Thanksgiving. Make sure that you are feeling generous in your mindset. We have justice with your desired outcome. And it feels like breakthrough and justice feel replenishing. It feels like you guys are getting exactly what you've been working for. And maybe in regard to community, you're starting to see maybe how your circle has to grow because it's holding you back not to know people. You've been maybe hanging out with the same people, going to the same events, maybe feeling kind of isolated in whatever it is that you're working on, and you need to nurture your mind, talk yourself into it. Don't opt out, don't opt yourself out, or be kind of you know sparking fights at any opportunity, needing to prove yourself. There's this metamorphosis happening. Yeah, big on this energy. Some really snappy energy, Virgo. Maybe you've had to defend yourself and you want to come out of this defensiveness. You'd like to not feel like in a moment where everyone else is heated, you'd like to be the cool, calm, and collected one, drifting off and inspiring people to take their mask off and to really allow for their light to shine. We have Eye of the Storm. I'm going to get a crystal card for each of these. So that's your intention, is to make it through the Eye of the Storm. Maybe you're having like a social storm or like some sort of networking event, and you want to have justice, breakthrough, a good outcome, and whatever it is you're doing. Mercury retrograde is a great time to do that kind of thing. Smoky quartz celestial. It looks very sacred, geometric, and as if it's going to absorb some of the heavier energy, maybe in group settings. If you're going to a conference, you won't have someone like talking your ear off about nothing for like an hour. Ancestralite, it maybe is something that has been restricted in your family lineage to even give themselves funding or an opportunity to change, to do things differently. You might be breaking generations of the same kind of behavior with your choice to really tap into your light, feel nourished by the boundaries that you can have in communication, knowing and working with that level of restraint that, yeah, makes you into a safe haven, allows for you to break through into safe haven socially whenever you're, you know, in a concentrated energy. You don't have to become susceptible to it. Yeah, transmutational magic with this Kava Kava and Two of Earth. I almost feel like something that you're wanting to build maybe gets a boost through whatever it is that you're doing. This ancestralite, the ancestors, yeah, asking our ancestors for clarity on how to nurture ourselves, how to attract the flies with honey rather than vinegar. Um, Taking note of our dreams, family secrets come to the surface. A radical rethink is called for on all that you think you believe and allow yourself to feel. Do we nurture ourselves? Look at that, nurture with this Five of Swords. It's like, or are our thoughts stinging us? Are the words that we speak to ourselves stinging us? Virgo, as we have the South Node going through your sign, and with Mercury retrograding into your third house from your fourth, there is a need to contemplate the ways that you communicate and how you travel locally, what it is you do for yourself to really start to allow yourself to anchor in this divine light, maybe in conflicts, confrontational situations. Do not be manipulated or too eager to please. Stand by what you know. You have the gift of clarity and mental flexibility with the power to make excellent decisions. Let's get an herbal clarification for all of these. So for ginkgo, the guidance is the sword of truth held by the hand of God rises from the clouds, signaling a moment of breakthrough. This double edged sword is encircled by a golden crown, symbolizing the victory of transcendence over illusion. Yeah, there's this illusion that maybe you're in the storm when really, more so now than ever, you are sipping from the stream of wisdom. Even if you are in a storm, you have that resource. Amazing. Both Ginkgo and Raven are ancient guardians of Earth, both symbolizing the strength and resilience required to protect the ethereal realm, the source of magic. And I love that Smoky Quartz Celestial and Community are together after reading that. Um, Ginkgo has appeared in your spread today. You are about to experience a total breakthrough, a revolutionary change in your consciousness. Bring the light of dawn to the ongoing cycles of darkness within yourself or those experienced on earth. Stay dynamic, fluid, and don't allow for negativity to cloud your judgment. I mean, even though this person in the Two of Swords has an Ouroboros, and they are building something, they have manifested two things, it feels like they're a little bit overburdened. And maybe you need to start to rely on your community a little bit more to help you get through whatever is burdening you and have that break in the clouds of how you might be holding yourself back with your thoughts from reaching out to community. A stone for karmic healing. Smoky quartz celestial opens into different dimensions and brings powerful transmutation. Be patient. Much stirs beneath the calm surface. A calm circus. Total transformation is close. It may entail a trip to the underworld. Your shadow becomes your brightest gift. Toxic emotions turn to positive regard. Yeah, it does feel like a lot of toxicity in this energy of like what's holding you back. It's like you have this burden going on in your community. They're all free with their shirts off. They're not nursing infants. They're just hanging out and listening to music and having a good time. So maybe it's like the way you take on work is too heavy, Virgo. Success comes through dedication and trust in your abilities. Mentors are available. Release yourself from old enchantments. So, old enchantments can be holding you back. The ways that you would enchant yourself with a story or a thought pattern or some level of like self neglect, numbing yourself out. Virgo, it's normal. We just have to learn how to tap back in. Lemon balm, nurture. Give yourself permission to mother the deepest core of yourself. Listen to your inner child. Retrieve the unconscious parts of your past. I think that that's what this is. That bee needs to get back to the rest of the bees. You might have guarded something within yourself and like you're very defensive around it. And what you need to do is get in touch with this unconscious part of yourself. Um, Liberate the inner child that has remained silenced. Lemon balm assists us in reconnecting to the gentle power of nurturance. Her soft and gentle touch reminds us to connect to the great mother in all her shapes and forms. The medicine of the honeybee is here to serve you, prompting you to ask yourself, where can I soften and receive? How can I access my inner child to access great wholeness? Honeybees symbolize the magic of nectar, vitality, prosperity, and the great inner and outer wealth that is ahead. This is your intention. Imagine that this is a nectar and it's on flow, it's on tap. And we have the ancestors, all those who have gone before, not just your bloodline. Heal them and you heal yourself. Any disease, Virgo, that you're carrying is ancient and has been passed through the ancestral line. So whatever is trying you right now, it's gone on. It's not the first time that this has happened in your ancestral line. It relates to prevailing attitudes and forbidden emotions that have been kept firmly repressed, as well as to ancient traumas and family dramas. So this metamorphosis feels so good. South Node going through your sign as it crosses over your sun, Virgo, wherever you are in the Virgo sphere of degrees. Just know that this will be when you start to see parts of your reality loosen and you're not as attached to those stories anymore. So Pau de Arco guidance. La Pacho is one of the great protectors of the sacred, and she is welcoming you in. The archetypal Pau de Arco embodies One of the faces of the dark goddess, this new moon in Scorpio, in her mighty splendor, the dark goddess is multifaceted, challenging belief systems, frailties, weaknesses, and testing our strength. Like Pluto, Lepacho demands you rebel against the ignorance of the old self and learned paradigms that inhibit the splendor of your self expression. Yeah. Oh, I love this energy. It does feel like something is coming to be liberated with that 1 degree Sagittarius sun. Like we have a new reason to show up emotionally for ourselves, Virgo, and in ways that are more up to date for our operating system. Yeah, that's also Aquarius, Pluto and Aquarius. So that is your sixth house of daily life. You guys are having a major day-to-day makeover. Maybe you've been overworking yourself and you're just loosening those that tension. The dark goddess is multifaceted, challenging belief systems, frailties, weaknesses, and testing our strength. Her mighty darkness provides the tools to rebuild ourselves anew, triggering instant metamorphosis. Don't fear the unknown. Nature of mystery, the cosmic womb, in its darkness, births all hidden potentials into existence. Trust and step in. You are being guided. Yeah, it feels like being guided from getting away from this very like quarrelsome energy. Wherever it is, it's showing up in your life. It feels like that's where things are getting purified for you. One final card from the Kanti Oracle. All right, we have your pinky finger turns into a bird. Interesting. All right. I don't love these images. When you are drawn to this archetype, you will now benefit from either developing a latent ability or strengthening an ability you don't feel strong or natural with. Developing skills of any kind builds your confidence and gives you greater freedom and ease of movement in the world. As long as we live, we have the potential to learn new things, Virgo, and build new skills in any sector of life. Consider a new capability that you might enjoy developing in these areas: your profession, a personal interest or hobby, a spiritual discipline, a creative skill, a personal skill such as setting boundaries at the end of Scorpio season, perfect time to do it, identifying emotions, listening, cultivating compassion, being a good friend to yourself, the capacity to focus, and seeing things through. If indeed you identified a skill you'd like to develop, consider how you might support its development. And what if there's something within you that once access gives you new freedom? Whoa, a new freedom, Virgo. Are you ready? Accept it, receive it, open up to it, and let it explode in your day to day life. You are getting some breakthrough, long awaited, much deserved. See you next time, Virgo. Aloha.